Because let variables have block scope. Hence, I will be retained even after the my function. All three arrow functions are executed and printed. Let makes a copy of variable I for each iteration of the for loop. Hi, and welcome to the second video of the closure series. In the previous video, we learned the basic concepts of closure. Now, we will see how closures work with setTimeout, arrow functions, loops, and let variables. Let's first see a few code executions, and then we will come to the reasons behind each execution output. Here, we have a for loop which iterates 3 times using the variable I. It is important to note that I is declared using var. Inside the loop body, we call setTimeout function to schedule an arrow function's execution after 2 seconds. And inside the arrow function, we just output the value of variable I. A general misconception is that this code will output 0, 1, and 2 as we pass I to the arrow functions in the loop iterations. However, the actual output is different than this. Let's run the code and see its output. All 3 arrow functions are executed and printed 3 instead of printing 0, 1, and 2 respectively. Now, let's change var to let and rerun the code. Surprisingly, we get the expected output now. Let's understand how is it working. Every time setTimeout is called, a new arrow function is created which forms a closure on variable I as it is using it inside its function body. Hence, I will be retained even after the my function returns. However, as I is declared using var, it has global scope. Hence, the reference of a single variable I is shared between all arrow functions. In other words, each arrow function makes a closure with the single global variable I. On the other hand, when declare variable I with let, each closure gets its own copy of I. Why? Because let variables have block scope. Let makes a copy of variable I for each iteration of the for loop, copies the current value to the copy of the variable, and closure of the arrow function is formed with the copy of the variable I. So, when each arrow function is executed after 2 seconds, it prints the value of its own copy of the I variable. Previously, when we were using var, and all arrow functions were pointing to the same global I, value of I had been updated to 3 by the for loop. As a result, all closures were getting value 3 simply because they were sharing the same variable instead of getting independent copy. In the next video of this series, we will see how closures work with private functions and hide them behind the public functions. The link for the videos of this series are available in the description below. Hope you liked the content. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to support our channel. Thanks for being part of our journey.